Hello, world. You're tuning into Amplify Color, and I'm your host, the voice of Atlanta, Ryan Cameron. During the course of this season, I'll share the stories of Black trailblazers who left an undeniable impact on the radio industry, despite the uphill challenges they faced. From the very first Black DJ, all the way to the voices you know and love today.
I'm Wendy Williams.
My name is Quay. Welcome to Big Boys Neighborhood.
Listen to Amplify Color on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts.
How powerful is the Cox network? So powerful that one day, the internet will let your doctor perform miracles from thousands of miles away.
Connecting to remote operating room.
Giving a whole new meaning to the term house call.
Operation complete.
The Cox network. With gig speeds everywhere. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, bringing us closer. In Cox serviceable areas, speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms apply. Other restrictions may apply.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're doing something a little different. We're talking about goddesses, mythical figures who've shaped culture, history, and imagination around the world. Today, we're talking about a goddess who embodies the bloodthirsty, savage nature of ancient Irish warriors. Her ability to shapeshift made her a friend and a foe on the battlefield. Let's talk about the Mórrigan. In ancient Irish-Celtic mythology, the Mórrigan is the goddess of war and fate. She belongs to a tribe of pagan Irish gods called Tua de Danann. They reside in a supernatural realm below the earth called the Otherworld. The Mórrigan is many things. In some tales, she's one goddess. In others, she's three goddesses, Baive, Macha, and Nevin. The Mórrigan is also not limited to her human form. At times, she could appear as a beautiful woman or a hag, but she also shapeshifts into any living creature she pleases. A mammal, a fish, and most symbolically, a crow or raven. Crows and ravens signal war and death to the Celtic people. Her ability to embody so many different forms makes her a deceitful and unpredictable character. The Mórrigan revels in all things war. She incites it, she participates in it, and ultimately she can end it, often through death. Her name has been interpreted to mean Phantom Queen or Queen of Nightmares, and she lives up to it. Coming into contact with the Mórrigan is often a sign of impending death. When the Mórrigan shrieks, it's an omen of death and terror to come. If that sounds familiar, it's because she's possibly the precursor to the Banshee, a supernatural female spirit in Irish folklore, whose loud and visceral wail predicts the death of a family member. The Mórrigan's premonition of death often came in handy before and during battle. As the story goes, in the Second Battle of Moy Tuarad, the Mórrigan's tribe was attacked by the Fomorians, a group of supernatural demonic pirates. The Mórrigan first warned her husband, Daga, another war god, of their attack plans. Then she took matters into her own hands by distracting one of the main Fomorian warriors so that her tribe could kill him. In another version of the story, the Mórrigan brutally murdered the Fomorian warrior herself. To inspire fear in the enemy warriors, she passed out handfuls of the deceased warrior's blood to his fellow pirates. But it was rare that the Mórrigan actually participated as a warrior in battle. In a famous tale from the Ulster cycle of myths, the Mórrigan prophesied the death of a warrior hero and demigod, Cú Chulainn. When Cú Chulainn was just a teenager, an opposing army invaded the kingdom of Ulster. Their aim was to steal a sacred bull. An ancient curse paralyzed the warriors of the kingdom, and Cú Chulainn was left to defend the territory on his own. Knowing he couldn't stop a united advance, Cú Chulainn challenged the enemy to one-on-one combat. He beat warrior after warrior by transforming into a fearsome ball of destruction and chaos. At one point in between matches, he met a beautiful young woman who tried to seduce him. Blinded by his battle duties, he rejected her. What he didn't realize is that this young woman was the Mórrigan. The Mórrigan, unfazed by this rejection, transformed into multiple different animals to attack Cú Chulainn. In each form, an eel, a wolf, and a cow, the Mórrigan suffered an injury from Cú Chulainn's defense. Finally, Cuchulainn defeated every member of the opposing army. He was basking in his victory when he came across an old woman milking a cow. She had very distinct injuries, but Cuchulainn thought nothing of it. The woman offered him several drinks of milk from her cow. Cuchulainn blessed her after each drink, and with each blessing, her injuries magically healed. As the last wound healed, her true identity was revealed. Cuchulainn realized the old woman was the Mórrigan. Never a good sign for a heroic warrior. The Mórrigan alerted Cuchulainn to his imminent death and left him to sit with it. Cuchulainn was called to battle again in his 20s. After taking the field in his usual frenzied way, he was fatally wounded. Having made a promise to die on his feet, he pinned himself to a standing stone. The Mórrigan's prophecy had come true. She appeared as a crow and landed on his shoulder. When the Mórrigan foretells your death, there's nothing anyone can do, not even Ireland's greatest warrior hero, to escape the fate. The Mórrigan was religiously important to an annual festival known as the Samhain Festival. On the eve of October 31st, the ancient Celtic people gathered to celebrate the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the new year. Samhain celebrations included large feasts and opening up ancient burial mounds in hopes of communicating with the other world. If the Mórrigan and Dagda consummated their relationship during this time of year, it signified the success of the tribe and the health and prosperity of the New Year's harvest and livestock. So the Mórrigan can be a symbol of death and life. All month, we're talking about goddesses. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator.
No one likes to talk about money. Am I saving enough? Can I buy a house? Am I paying too much in taxes? Will I be able to retire? What if you could unlock insights about your finances in less than 5 minutes with a clear picture of where you stand today and where your money can work harder? Now you can. Visit Facet.com to take the free quiz and get your financial wellness score today. That's FACET.com. This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth Incorporated is an SEC-registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice.
Hi, I'm Hillary Clinton, back with a new season of my podcast, You and Me Both. On this show, I'll be talking to people I admire about one of my favorite subjects, getting things done. We'll hear from folks in positions of power like Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, but also writers and actors and really anyone who keeps doing the work. So please join me. Listen to You and Me Both on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Everyone said to go to a traditional university to get my master's, but I chose WGU. Their online healthcare degrees are nationally recognized and accredited, so I know I'll be graduating from a program that employers respect. Learn more at WGU.edu.